Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the flight deck. We're here for the third leg of our ferry flight, bringing the Caribou Cargo DC-6A from Toronto over to London, getting her ready for the series. We're currently in Shannon, Ireland, and today we're flying over to London, England. So a short hop shouldn't take too long. The aircraft is all opened up for final inspections, so we can get on board, start getting that all closed up, and we'll get the aircraft ready to go. And as per normal, we can see Kevin over there in his DC-6B, the Canadian Pacific livery there. So we'll see you in the cockpit. Alright, so that's the door closed. All the cargo doors are now coming closed as well. It's just the wheel chocks and ground power unit. We're in the stand we parked at last time down here by the Aer Lingus cargo. And Fred and Roger, you can, before start checklist, please.
Cockpit pre-flight. Before start checks complete. Start engines.
Alright, so we are ready for engine start. Before we do that, we're just going to pop up here to the radio stack. We are going to be using the GPS and doing some of the routing there. So the first thing we're going to do is plug in our departure. This is where we currently are, Shannon Airport. And today we are going to be taking off on runway 24, and we are going to fly the ABEG 3 Bravo departure. So we're going to put that in as our procedures. So we're going to set our departure, and it's going to be the ABEG 3 Bravo off of runway 24, and we will load that in, and that is now set, as we can see there on our routing. And if we zoom out a little bit, you can see it takes us around and then off on our first waypoint. So we're going to be flying over the southern part of Ireland here and down over the Irish Sea, heading off into Wales and England. We'll just zoom that in a little bit. We'll put that to a, we'll go with a 20-mile ring. There we go, so that is set. We can come over to the radios now as well. We are going to tune to 122.8 Unicom frequency. Set that there. And on radio 2, it's going to be 121.5, which is the guard channel. There we go, 121.5 is set there. So that is all set up. We are good for engine start. Before we do that, we'll do a quick radio check and make sure we are up and going. Shannon Terminal, Caribou 32, radio check. You're very quiet.
Again,
much better. Alright, so Kevin's up on the radio as well. So we are good for engine start. Engine 3 is ready to go. The flight engineer has put the aircraft into, or number 3 engine into auto rich. Magnetos are on, fuel pump is on, start selector is set to engine 3.
Aircraft 112, that's all copy, thank you.
Just do a final quick outdoors check. It's just the ground power unit that is now connected. Talk's been removed. So start engine number 3. Count 12 blades.
6, 9, 12.
Prime and boost. And there we go. Good start. We'll run through the other 3 and get all 4 engines up and going. I'll see you then. Alright, we are ready to go. So we come over to the ramp manager, everything is disconnected. We have The ground power out, the chocks are out, all doors are closed. We can take a quick look outside as well. Visual confirmation, and it is looking good. So we're going to do a left-hand turnout, swing around, and we're going to taxi out Delta all the way down here to runway 24. Sorry, it's a bit noisy out there with this aircraft. All right, let's hop into my charts, and we are good to go. We're going to test the GPS a little bit as well. The last couple flights, after about 4 hours, I've lost the GPS signal, so we'll see how it works for this one and see what happens. Shannon area traffic, Caribou 32 taxiing from stand 23 to runway 24 via Delta 2, hold short Delta 2 for 24 Shannon. Alright, so brakes are on, parking brake is released, starting to roll there, so we'll pop out and we'll get her turned around. And she has a pretty tight turning circle, as you can see. Swing her all the way around. And there we go. Got the Shannon VOR tuned in on nav 2. Just using that as a reference. So we'll see you down at runway 24. All right, we are here at runway 24. Let's get the crew to do our before takeoff checklist.
Boost pumps. Boost pumps on low. Fuel selector and crossfeed. Main tanks and crossfeed off. Autopilot and carb heat.
Total my Delta 2 from Red 2 forward will be taxing both
Off and
Delta 1 Charlie and Delta.
Hydraulic system. Down, forward, pressure and quantity checked. Okay.
Alright, so while they do that, we're carrying our planned fuel plus 1,000 extra pounds just in case we have a little bit of a hold. We have no cargo on board. We are extremely light. We'll be doing a dry takeoff, which means our weight is below 82,000 pounds.
Windows and turbine.
So we're going to get off pretty quickly and be climbing out. So we're going to eventually want to be hitting that 165 for our climb.
Closed and on.
And then we'll be on the GPS for our lateral navigation. And hopefully it works.
Released.
We always have fallbacks here if we have to do VOR navigation.
Mike Charlie Foxtrot on information. Reach unlocked. Set. Transponder.
Echo India Mike Charlie Fox, confirm Northern QNH 997 hectopascals and your estimate for west.
Landing lights are the last thing. They're coming down now.
Extended and on. Before takeoff checks complete.
Alright, so we're going to do a quick check. Approach path is clear. And so is departure. Nobody else is on the runway. We'll do a quick look out over the countryside here. And Kevin should be heading down. Yep, there he is over there. So we are good to go. Shannon area traffic, Caribou 32 taking position, runway 24. Alright. So we'll roll out now. Beautiful day for flying. The sun is rising here on this early January day. And this is a lot like what it looks like where I am right now as well as we record this. No snow, which is kind of unusual for us so far. Although, took First Officer Molly out for a walk this morning and it was -6, so that's a little nippy out. Alright, turned onto the line here. And we're going up to 17,000 feet today. There we go, nicely aligned. As mentioned, it is a dry takeoff, which means we are not using water injection to get the extra horsepower. There's Kevin coming up. We are now going to get ready to go. So, dry takeoff. We'll get that pad down. Fred's bringing the engines up to 30 inches. We'll make sure they're stable and everything looks good. Let's cross-check on the barrows.
30 inches, stabilized. Cal flaps. Cal flaps. Cal flaps set. Full power, please.
Power's coming up. We're going to go up to the red line here of about 53 inches. You hear the engines running up. Fuel flow is increasing.
Echo in your mind, Charlie Fox.
There we go.
0404.
Full power set.
Full power, engines are stable. Shannon area traffic, Kirby 32, departing runway 24 on the Abagu 3 Bravo departure. Brakes released.
Where are you going to from Shannon? That's understood. And you'll probably be looking to come back towards 3 and at some stage.
It's 100 knots, a little bit of back pressure. Again, we're very light, so we're just going to pop right off. We're going to aim for an initial climb of 120. There we go, gear coming up.
Follow you on from
Gear up, lights up.
Air 1183 on the ground, time 41, again, taxiway Alpha, taxi Alpha, stand 32.
Alpha, Cockpit, runway 1183.
We're going to begin our turn. Let that nose come down, let the aircraft start speeding up.
Flaps up. Flaps going up.
There's 140.
Back diverting from Junkyard
We're going to aim for that 165.
After 89 Quebec, roger, report for Hawaii, or if you're turning before that.
Flaps are up.
Or turning before that after 89 in Quebec.
Shannon K Tango Golf, Shannon you identified, continue to set flight
Meter
level
power
110.
set. Climb power. Setting climb power.
Alright, we should be tracking the GPS now. Heading off to our first waypoint. And we're going to keep the nosing down the trim as we go into climb power. Get that 165.
Climb power set. After takeoff checklist, please.
Still here, we'd like to close our flight.
4,000 feet.
Echo Indigo Golf Victor Bravo, roger, flight plan close at
After
150.
takeoff checks complete.
There's 160. We're going to notch down slightly, let her settle, and we should be around that 165. And there we go. So we're looking good. We're 6 miles away from the airport. It's behind us. We're about to make our turn, which will confirm we're on the VOR or on the GPS. There we go. There is our turn. And we are looking good. We're going to get that speed back to that 165. Keeps our climb rate going. And there we are, rolling level. So there are speed restrictions here, but we are nowhere near them, so we don't have to worry about it. Looking very, very nice. And there's the airport on the other side of the bay there.
Ryder 7199, Shannon to AQ, radar contact class at level 2.
We're just lining up now on course. And we can pop up top here. There's our 35-mile range. We'll actually kick it up to 50. And we're looking good. As you can see, we don't have a lot of fuel on board, but we're not going to need a lot once we're up and going. So we're going to climb out to 17,000 feet, and I will see you when we get to cruise.
Roger, score identify heading 100
Seatbelt signs on.
Radar heading 100 degrees, shuttle 295.
Engine low is low. Low.
Digit 778, turn right heading 115 degrees.
Alright, so we're descending through 10,000 feet. We're inbound on the arrival for London Heathrow. We've had a bit of a shift in the wind, so we've changed runways over to 09 right, which means we're going to be doing a right-hand departure off the runway. Coming down for 9,000 feet now. Starting to pick up some of the beacons and nav aids. We're about 20 miles out from the entry point into the arrival, or the approach. And we're going down to 2,500 feet for the ILS intercept on runway 09 right. We have a broken cloud there at 1,500 feet. Light rain, winds are 100 degrees at 6 knots, and it is currently 8 degrees Celsius in London. And as you can see, it is pretty dark out. We've got the anti-icing on, as it is about minus 8 degrees out at the moment. We'll probably leave that all the way down, since the airframe is going to be pretty cold. We're just slowly working our way down now. Speed's starting to come back as we've decreased power on the engines. And the GPS is still flying the aircraft. Although we are now picking up the VOR.
315, descend flight level 90.
And we will switch over to VOR lock and then have the aircraft lock it up once we make our final turn for the runway. 8,000 feet. We're going down at about 800 feet per minute.
602, turn left, 305 degrees.
We've got about 5,500 feet to go.
64 Golf, passing 2,900, climbing 6,000 over departure.
We're going to get the aircraft slowed down as well, so that's going to take a bit of time, which is why we're coming down a little bit earlier than we normally would in the big airliners.
We're doing right heading 100,
Digit 778, turn left, heading 095 degrees.
Since there's no speed brakes on this thing and she is rather slippery, we got to level off, bring the power back, and just let her naturally slow down.
33 Delta, climb flight level 90. Digit 778, heading to London 134.9, bye-bye.
As soon as we make the turn at the Occam VOR, we will
310 degrees.
do our in-range checks. That's about 13 miles away at the moment.
Seabird 729, speed 250 knots.
7,000 feet.
Aegean 602, reduce the holding speed now.
Currently over Farnborough, and as I mentioned, heading in. We're going to come in south of the airport, and then we're going to turn back to the northwest, come in and line up on the ILS, following the published procedures.
Speedbird 9225, resume own navigation, begin to hold, and you can
As
start
there's no
resume to
ATC to
holding
vector us, we'll just do this. Kevin's behind us, he should be starting his descent shortly.
speed.
He's flying a slightly different route to us. We're using the GPS, he's doing VOR navigation.
Climb, flight level 90.
10 miles to go to Ockham, 6,500 feet.
London, good afternoon, Monarch 9120, it's a traction 5 Papa.
Ground speed of 216 knots, and we'll be there in 3 minutes.
Monarch 9120, London, Roger, score guide.
So at 800 feet per minute, 3 minutes, that's 2,200 feet. We've got 3,500 to go, so it's all looking good. There's some rain.
Reduce the holding speed. Speedbird 9225, descend flight level 110. Shuttle 2958, turn left heading 360 degrees.
Not exactly sure where we're headed now.
Monarch 9120, climb now, flight level 80.
I think it's got us turning early. That's fine.
Speedbird 347,
We'll do our in-range checks now.
130. Speedbird 9225, descend level 100. Speedbird 9225, contact Heathrow 134, decimal 975.
It's 5,000 feet.
Fuel tank selectors.
Shuttle 2958, climb flight level 170, exit flight through flight level 140, please. Speedbird 33 Delta, climb flight level 120.
I think we got such big turning circles here. It's keeping us
Speedbird 347,
moving around.
Navigation, begin to hold, descend flight level 130. Shuttle 2958, turn left, heading 295 degrees. Keep the
4,500 feet.
Sorry.
I'll bring her down a little bit quicker to get ourselves down to altitude.
Speedbird 729, descend level 140.
2,000 feet to go.
Navigation, begin to hold. Germanwings 8 Charlie, climb to flight level 170.
See the glide slope coming up.
33 Delta,
1,500.
170. Shuttle 2958, heading to London 127, decimal 95. Thank you very much for your help. You're a star. Bye-bye.
12795, circular, shuttle 2958.
Monarch 9120, turn left, heading 035 degrees.
We're making our turn to the north for the intercept.
035, I'm heading Monarch
1,000
9128.
to go.
64 Golf, flight heading 095 degrees.
Heading 095 degrees, Speedbird 64 Golf.
Tango Charlie Delta Golf Sierra with me.
You're reading 140.
Tango Charlie Delta Golf Sierra, roger. Monarch 9120, flight level 90.
I think we'll level off at 3,000 here.
November 9895, climb flight level 120.
There we go. 3,000 feet level and before landing checks.
Speedbird 347, descend flight level 120.
Start getting that speed back.
Aegean 602, resume navigation, begin to hold.
Begin on hold, Aegean 602.
633 Delta, turn right, heading 110 degrees, report heading to London 134.9.
Speed coming down.
November 5895,
Holding at 3,000 feet. We're below the glide slope.
November 5895.
Dealing with a little bit of the weather.
5 degrees.
51895.
Monarch 9120, turn left heading 025 degrees.
025, I'm heading Monarch 9128.
German take Charlie,
Alright, we're starting our turn in for the intercept.
Bye-bye.
349.
Gear coming down.
November 5895, climb flight level 170.
Alright, we're going to switch over to VOR lock and go to
Climb
localizer.
120, climb flight level 100.
119.120.
Tango Charlie Delta Golf Sierra, climb flight level 80.
There we are, turning in on the localizer. Speed's down to 140.
Yeah, 020 London, Roger, score guidance.
Plus 3 degrees.
We're under manual throttle control.
0347 heading to London, correction, contact spot, Heathrow, 134.
Speed's around 130.
Lights extended and on.
Thank you. Tank.
Calming call.
The landing lights are on.
CD136 Golf, Roger, score guidance. Turn right, heading 105 degrees.
Alright.
Right heading.
London area traffic. Caribou 32 established on the localizer, runway 09 right, London. 10 miles.
Hold traffic if
It's 135. Glide slope coming in. It's right at the top of the line, so altitude hold coming off.
5895 heading to London 134.9, bye-bye.
And we are good. Just got to keep an eye out for the airport now.
Flight level 130.
Watch the speed, there's 145. We're starting down on the glide slope.
64 Golf, climb flight level 70.
Bring that speed down to 140.
Tango Golf Sierra, climb now, flight level 170.
Switch over to the Heathrow VOR.
Easy, 136 Golf, climb, flight
On
level
VOR
80.
2.
Grab the level 80 and the heading into 136 Golf.
London area traffic, Caribou 32 established ILS, runway 09 right, 7.5 miles.
Qatari 012, London, Roger, score guidance. Again, 602.
7 miles, we're going to go flaps 30.
Allow 3.
We're going to try to hold our speed around 120 as we come in.
Tango Golf Sierra, turn left.
6 miles will go flaps 40, 4 miles will go flaps full.
Tango Golf Sierra, turn left.
And as you can see, there's not much to see. Starting to come down to that bottom cloud layer. 6 miles, flaps 30, or flaps 40.
136 Golf negative,
120.
for you. Just confirm climb flight level 80.
Again, we're fairly late. We won't need reversers. We'll just do manual
No
braking.
problem, brake. Speedbird, 64 Golf, climb flight level 170.
Heathrow, good evening, Speedbird 823 with you, descending
Not
flight
seeing
100,
the
bombing in for a potential hold.
runway yet.
210 knots with Airbus 320 with Bravo.
Speedbird 823 Heathrow, it is a hold at
5 miles.
5 minutes.
Dominant, Speedbird 823.
Lufthansa 6 Papa Papa, turn left.
Speed is good at about 119.
Lufthansa 6
We're going to go over the fence at about 100, touchdown at about 90.
Cannon 1033, descend flight level 90.
Descend flight level 90, kilometer 1032.
Shuttle 9 Charlie, turn right back
Again,
to
we are pretty light.
20 degrees at speed of...
And we're aiming to get off at Whiskey.
Turn right back to Bovington, leave 120 at 220 knots, Shuttle 9 Charlie, thank you.
Tamika lands just west of the airport now.
Set flight 90 straight now, please.
4 miles, flaps full.
Papa Papa, descend for altitude 4,000 feet, QNH is 1005.
Speed's going to start to come down. We'll hold her around 110.
Good evening, Turkish 4 Bravo Victor.
Turkish 4 Bravo Victor, continue in the Lamborn hold, it's only 5 minutes.
And there's the runway.
please.
Continue in the Lamborn hold, 5
Fading in
minutes
and out of the clouds there.
Okay, continue, hold over Lamborn, Turkish 4 Bravo Victor.
Turkish 4 Bravo Victor, descend flight level
Airport
110.
elevation is 83 feet, so we're about
Lufthansa 6 Papa Papa, report
800 to go.
Director 120 decimal 4. 120 for Lufthansa 6 Papa Papa. Good night.
Everything is looking good. 2 miles, speed's 110.
KLM 1033, turn left, heading 105.
Left turn
Ease
105.
her back a little bit. It's 500 feet. I have control.
185 today. 185, speed 815. Speed 869, turn right heading 245, establish line 2 to the left.
Right, heading 245. KLM 1033,
below
turn
100.
altitude 4,000 feet, QNH
Slight push
1005.
going.
4,000 feet.
Winds are out of the right, so
1033.
we have to watch that.
KLM 1033, report just your call sign to director now, 120.4.
104, call sign KLM 1033.
The trees
Turkish
slightly
4 Bravo,
low,
Victor,
but those
descend
lights are
flight
calibrated for a different type of aircraft.
Shuttle line Charlie, make that heading initially 165 from Bovington.
Shuttle line Charlie.
There's 100 over the fence. And we are down. Oh, what a day. Started off so nicely in Ireland.
Leave at 913 uniform, descend flight level 80.
Descend
There's
colour
our
plate,
turn
limit
off
for
ahead.
uniform.
Turkish 4 Bravo Victor, turn left back to Lambourne now, then leave Lambourne, heading 275 degrees at 220 knots.
Just letting her roll out on her own. 12,000 foot runway, plenty of room.
275 and speed 220 Turkish 4 Bravo Victor.
4 Bravo Victor, that's correct. Just confirm you're an Airbus 321.
Airbus 321.
There we go. And our apron is actually just off to our right now.
Turkish 4 Bravo Victor, descend flight level 90.
Level 90 Turkish 4 Bravo Victor.
London area traffic, Caribou 32 clear, runway 09 right at Whiskey taxiing to cargo apron via Whiskey Sierra.
Leave at 913 uniform,
Might
turn
have
left, heading 105.
missed where we were to go, but I don't see the other taxiway. That's fine. We'll just get ourselves through here. We're going to make a right turn. There's the other one there. That's fine.
Leave at 913 uniform, descend to altitude 4,000 feet, QNH 1005.
Let's see, we're at Sierra 5 Whiskey.
Leave at 913 uniform, report just your call
I
sign
want
on
to do
120,
a check.
120.
See if we've got.
Shuttle line Charlie, turn left.
I don't know if we got wipers on this thing or
Shuttle
not.
line heading 095, shuttle line Charlie.
Speed at 30 Charlie Victor, descend flight
You'd
level
think we
90.
would.
Descend flight level 90, speed 30 Charlie Victor.
Shuttle line Charlie, descend flight level 80.
Doing a quick look.
Descend flight level 80,
London
shuttle
traffic,
line Charlie.
502, currently 15 miles.
Hello, good evening,
and
sir.
going
Just
comfortably
to
over, going to be in
number
the ILS runway,
120,
it would be NDB.
India 203 Heathrow, descend flight level 110, continue in the
I'm
line.
not too worried about it.
All
Alright guys, you can do the after landing checks. And while you do that, I'm going to look at our parking spot. We're going for stand 605. Let's see if we can get it.
Shuttle line Charlie, reduce your speed to 180 knots.
180 knots, shuttle line Charlie.
Alright, well that didn't work. Let's see if
Shuttle line
605 is
Charlie,
in here.
contact call sign only 120.4.
04 with the call sign, shuttle line Charlie, thanks.
Might be listed as a parking spot
Leave
since
at 30
it's a
Charlie
cargo
Victor,
terminal.
Lambourne heading 275 at 210 or 220 knots.
Leave Lambourne 275, 210, 220 knots. 30 Charlie Victor.
Speedbird 823, turn right initially, short
nope.
dog leg heading 160.
No, that's fine. We're going over here.
Turkish 4 Bravo Victor, descent flight number 80.
It's just over in front of this building here.
EasyJet 203, descent flight number 100.
Number 100, that's the 03.
Turkish 4 Bravo Victor, turn left, 100.
Left, 100, Turkish 4 Bravo Victor.
EasyJet 203, leave Lambourne, heading 275 at a speed of 220 knots.
Leave Lambourne, speed 275,
So that's us with the aircraft here in London, ready for this next series that she's going to be used on. Hope you've enjoyed. We'll be starting that series out of London and heading south. So hope you can join us and fly along. You can find out more information on the Discord, where you can find out more about us, the channel, what we fly, and where we fly it. So I hope you will do that and join us in the future. Trying to see, I think it's this one here. These are the deeper ones, yeah. We're just going to put her nose in over here. That will do. Not sure there's an actual line here, but we'll just, oh yeah, there is.
EasyJet 203, descent flight 90.
Delta number 990, descent 203.
Cafe 253, turn left.
Yeah, we don't want to bring the engines down too far.
First Lambourne and heading at 275.
Looks like you're as spot as any. So let's get the brakes on. And guys, you can do your thing here and park her up.
Okay, good rate to 36000, speed 823.
Speedbird 823, reporting call sign on 120.
Okay, 120, 480.
Cafe 253, descent flight 100.
Number 100, that is 253.
Speedbird 30, Charlie Victor, descent flight level 80.
Number level 80, speed 30, Charlie.
Alright, and as they finish shutting down, that's going to do it for today's flight. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you all in the air and on the flight deck. Take care. Bye for now.